Hey guys, wanted to bring you another video of the NFC West and wanted to take a little poll and review of what's going on with the NFC West. If you think about it, there was two big announcements on injuries on the race for the NFC West within today's Tuesday, so I would say within the last 3 days. It's kind of interesting. The three top teams in the NFC West fighting for the playoffs actually lost a key player on their team. So let's run it down. Arizona Cardinals lost Carson Palmer, the second Seattle Seahawks, second place right now in the NFC West. They lost Mebane, and then the Niners today lost Patrick Willis also. So it will be interesting. So Carson Palmer really helped the offense, and now Drew Stanton has to step in, and they've actually haven't had much of Carson Palmer this season healthy. So Drew Stanton actually stepped in earlier and played pretty well and decent. So if he could manage and be that game manager and play well and not turn the ball over, they're going to be fine. But obviously Drew Stanton is backup for a reason. So they would have had a better chance of winning the Super Bowl or getting to the Super Bowl with Carson Palmer, but now it's going to be really tough. The other thing is Seattle Seahawks losing Mebane. That's going to be tough with a torn hamstring for the rest of the season on IR. That's going to be really tough how they're going to recover with their defense, because their front seven is pretty good too, and it really helps with their corner and shut down that way. So we'll see how the Seahawks will recover. Not sure on their depth chart if they're going to have someone like the next man up, but they have that same mentality, just like the Niners and Seahawks. They both have that same mentality, next man up. So hopefully we'll see who they're going to have to replace them and see if it's going to be a big drop off, or if it's something that they actually have a nice replacement for. Patrick Willis, we did a video earlier, and obviously I don't think it's going to be a big drop off. Chris Borland, he's been playing lights out for the last two games, and set records for back-to-back as a rookie, so not a big drop off there. So now that the race and three major injuries, do we still see the same? Well, looking at the schedules, Arizona's going to have a tough schedule down the stretch, and it's going to be interesting. Seattle, same thing. So actually all three is going to have somewhat tough schedule in some certain points of the stretch. So it is almost a coin flip, but because Arizona Cardinals have that early lead on the Seattle Seahawks and the Niners, they could probably hold off on those two teams. So just wanted to give you my thoughts and everything, and just saying that it will be interesting down the stretch. And if the Niners get Bowman back, and now that they got Aldon Smith back, their defense is fine. Their defense didn't lose much even without Patrick Willis and Bowman and Aldon Smith. It's just going to get much stronger that way. And you don't have to rely on the offense. It's Seattle Seahawks, pretty much you got to get more production off offense and hope that the defense could somewhat hold most teams, and just be marginal, or marginal to above average, really up there. Don't have to be like the Super Bowl champs, but just good enough to hold it together to get into the playoffs. So it will be an interesting race down the stretch, and see who's going to get the last two wild cards. But it could be both teams getting the last two wild cards, but it's going to be really difficult where they gotta win most of the games, but they play a lot against each other down the stretch. Especially with the Niners, they play the Seahawks twice and Arizona one more time. So it will be, I'm pretty sure one of them might not make it out of the three. So go ahead and like, share, comment, and subscribe to help support this channel. Thanks.